Hey, what is up, everyone? The LDB is back at it again, coming at you today with one of my favorite assault rifle builds that I've put together so far in the game, since getting roughly a million up to 2 million DPS isn't all that difficult, and the survivability is also really nice. Now, I had previously shown this, or at least a similar template, in one of my other videos, and I'm now getting to the point of just refining it to the point where it's been working out really nice for me. And I know that we just had some big news on the state of the game recently, but I believe that even after the patch, this should more or less still be working about the same. You know, plus or minus a couple percent here and there, but it should be minuscule. So as always, if you enjoy or find these videos helpful, definitely smash that like button, subscribe for future content if you are new to the channel, make sure that you got that notification bell on, and go ahead and drop a comment down there letting everybody know what you're thinking of the game, what you're thinking of the upcoming patches going on, and if you have any questions or anything like that. So let's get into it. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to be using the Survivalist Specialist simply because it's an assault rifle build, and on here you are allowed to get that 15% increased assault rifle damage, so that really helps out a lot. You can also get that 15% increased shotgun damage if you're a shotgun guy. You get those incendiary grenades. I love those. I'm not showing you this because, hey, look, I have everything unlocked. I'm showing you this because I do not have everything unlocked. As you can see up here, distributed repair, I do not have unlocked and equipped here because it, to me, is absolutely broken. I just wanted to point this out here. I don't even use armor kits, to be honest with you. I've used 2 armor kits in probably the last 3 weeks just because maybe my chem launcher had 2 seconds left on a cooldown or something like that. Other than that, I do not use armor kits at all. And I'm going to probably do a video sooner than later on how and why I do that. I'm going to touch on it a little bit today, but this is absolutely silly. Armor kits now repair over 5 seconds instead of instantly, but also apply to group members within 10 meters. Now, it sounds enticing because it helps out group members, right? That's a good thing there. I can't knock that really at all. But the time for you to swap out an armor kit takes about 4 seconds, and then the heal is over 5 seconds. So typically when you're going to use an armor kit, you need it like now, right? You need it then, right when you're using it. You're not 10 seconds down the line. Second point being is I could have dropped my chem launcher twice, popped my fixer drone, been back to full health, full armor, and been running and gunning and just keep on going with it, not even use an armor kit. A lot of times I hear people are, halfway through the mission, they only have 1 armor kit left. I still have 6 because I literally do not use them. And again, I'm going to do a video on that more than likely. But I just want to point this out. I've seen people struggling with it. I ask if they have it on. They say yes. And I'm like, take it off. Take it off. And you will do a lot better, I promise you. The other, group members, I hate to say it, but I guess they can either fend for themselves, or you can pick them up, or you got to play a little bit more tactically. That's all it is. But this to me is kind of crazy right there. I can't use it. Cannot use it. It's not going to ever be on there unless they change it somehow. But to me, that time is just silly. So other than that, let's quit blabbing about this and get onto the build itself. Alright, so as you can see, we have 12 firearms, 4 stamina, 2 electronics. We're going to be putting pretty much everything into firearms, and for a good reason. As you can see, I have a 3-piece Duggan Harding on, I have 1-piece Fenris, and a 2-piece Badger. Now, if you've been playing this game for a little while, you probably see kind of where I'm going with this, and honestly, I've been loving it. But first, let's take a look at the weapons. My primary weapon that I'm going to be using is the Police M4. You could really use whatever assault rifle you want, whatever you feel comfortable with. That's what I said in Division 1, that's what I'm going to say Division 2. Whatever you can land those shots with, whatever you're more accurate with, that feels more natural, use that weapon, and really it's all about the talents. So what I'm going to be going with is Measured, Allegro, and Wascally, but I'm really never going to have this holstered. I'm going to be using this the whole time, so really I'm only focused on Measured and Allegro. Now, I mentioned this on a previous video, and some people had some questions about it, and they thought, you're going to be losing damage, so on and so forth. Let me break this down real quick for you. The top half of the magazine has 15% rate of fire and minus 20% weapon damage. The bottom half of the magazine has minus 25% rate of fire and plus 20% weapon damage. So your weapon damage is going to level out depending on where you are on your on your magazine, right? The only thing that changes is your rate of fire. So if you can exploit that and you put on Allegro, another 10% rate of fire, that's going to push that burst fire, when that top half of your magazine even farther. And if you have a Chatterbox, the given talent on it, while holstered here, reloading your weapon within 5 seconds after a kill grants 20% rate of fire. So once you go into combat, you take out one enemy, you reload. The next magazine, you're going to have that 15% rate of fire, the 10% rate of fire from Allegro, and then 20% rate of fire from the Chatterbox. And the 20% rate of fire will be through the entire magazine. So it pretty much levels out the rate of fire difference and the weapon damage difference. I mean, the damage is the same. All you're worried about is that rate of fire. So I hope I explained that. I hope you guys understand where I'm going with this. Now, again, this is not like perfect God roll or anything. This is just what I've been using, and it's been working out really nice. So definitely give it a shot and see what you can do with it. So now let's get on to the build itself. Alright, so here we go. As you can see, the armor, 192,000. Nothing too crazy, but I'm approaching that 200,000 mark where I feel pretty comfortable with. Now, the health is pretty low, 37,000, but again, I'm going more for DPS, and the skill power is a whopping 144. that just looks goofy, but either way, you'd be surprised at how much your skills actually do gain from just having that little bit of skill power. And the skills I'm going to be using is a fixer drone and a healing chem launcher. When you pair those with a 2-piece Badger, your survivability goes through the roof, and we'll get into that in just a little bit. But first, let's take a look at each gear piece individually. I do have the 3-piece Duggan Harding going, giving us that 5% accuracy, the 10% crit damage, and the 7% crit chance. Now, the attributes on this piece are 20% damage to elites, and health. I wish that health was bonus armor, but it is what it is. I'm not really too worried about it, and I went ahead and put hard hitting on here, another 15% damage to elites. So right there, we're going to have 35% damage to elites with some crit chance damage, things like that. Pretty much, I mean, I'm enjoying that right there. I keep going back and forth between that and this R&K mask. It has 40% damage to elites, 2% crit chance, and I went ahead and put hard hitting on there. So right there, it's 55% damage to elites on one piece, on just your mask right there. You gotta love that. The only thing is, if I break the 3-piece Duggan Harding, I lose the 7% crit chance for this 2% crit chance, but I gain a lot of damage to elites. So, but really, when we go to the character sheet, you'll see I'm not doing too bad with the damage to elite, so I'm sticking with the Duggan Harding. So other than that, moving on to the chest piece here, it is Fenris. It gives us that 10% assault rifle damage on top of the 15 that we get from using Survivalist. We have 9% crit hit damage on there, 4.5 weapon damage, and 8.5 crit chance. And we have hard hitting on there, 15% damage to elites, and 10% health on a kill. So overall, I mean, all firearms, just damage on top of damage. It's been working out awesome. And the mod that I have on here is just a small skill power build, just basically just something to put on the build, really not doing a whole lot. The holster here is also Duggan Harding. It has 15% crit hit chance on there, so hey, that's pretty good right there. Yeah, I mean, straight up 15%, you gotta love it. Now, the talent on here, Gunslinger, absolutely useless because, in all honesty, I don't even use my sidearm or anything like that, and you can't re-roll talents off of your holster. At least I can't. Let me know if you can, because maybe mine's broken or something. I don't know. But either way, I have a mod on here with a little bit of skill power and a little bit of chem launcher skill power. That's all I'm going with that. Nothing crazy there. Now, the knee pads are also Duggan Harding, and we have 5.5% crit chance, and we have 15% damage to elites on that. And the mod that I have is a 4% assault rifle crit hit damage up. So get that AR crit damage up as much as you can, and do as much damage as possible, right? Now, this is where it gets interesting as far as the survivability goes. With 2-piece Badger, you get that 7% damage to elites, which is awesome, but that 15% armor on a kill is absolutely crucial. That saves you so much right there. I mean, even in clutch situations, if you get ran up on and you can just put that guy down, you get that little bit of, 15% of armor back, and it really can help, make or break, some fights. That's all I can say. This has saved me so many times. I can't even take it off the build. It's really hard to do. But the 15% armor on a kill, again, with the Fixer Drone and the Healing Chem Launcher, you see where I'm going as far as not needing armor kits. And if you have on Patience, the one with the little turtle that when you're in cover, it gives you health back for being in cover for a certain amount of time. I know it's getting a buff or a nerf coming up, but if you have that as well, that will help push it even farther. Great thing right there. Now we have health on here, assault rifle damage, and rifle damage. Obviously, the rifle damage is a wasted attribute right there, but I'm just going to push that assault rifle damage as much as we can, get that up another 4%. And moving on to the backpack, it is also Badger, and it comes with bonus armor. We have crit damage, weapon damage, and crit chance. And we have defensive mod on here with bonus armor, armor on a kill, so it's going to be pushing the Badger armor on a kill just a little bit farther, and it gives us plus 1% total armor. So overall, I mean, I wish I could get some more mods that are just like this, because that's what I'm looking for right there. But it is what it is right there. I mean, that's about it, guys. It's been working out really nice. Oh, okay. I was going to say I have 5 caches, but they're all from Conflict. I was going to say, no, I didn't get that many field caches. But that's the build, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you took something away from it. It's been working out awesome for me. Let's take a look at the character sheet before we sign off here. Again, the talents, we got that damage to elites all over the place. We got Allegro that measured. Moving up, we got stability, blah, blah, blah. Weapon damage is nothing crazy. 11-7, I mean, that's not anything crazy, but we have 46.5 crit chance, which is pretty solid, I'd say. 57% damage, and the all weapons damage bonus is 9%. The assault rifle damage bonus 29%, and let's take a look at the damage to elites, 77%. Right around 75% is where I found is, for me, about the best. Otherwise, you start to get a little bit top heavy into the damage to elites, taking away from my crit chance, like I was saying before. Minus, 7 crit chance if I was to swap my mask out, like I was saying, would put me below 40% crit chance. I'm trying to push 50 at least. You know what I mean? So that's about it, guys. I mean, that's how that's been working. Our armor. It doesn't come with any armor on a kill, even though you have armor on a kill. I wish they would fix that, but it is what it is. We don't have any hazard protection, anything like that, but I mean, the damage we're doing should be working just fine. Then we just got that little bit of skill power going around, and it is what it is. So other than that, guys, that is the build. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you took something away from it. If you did, definitely smash that like button. Subscribe for future content if you are new to the channel. Make sure you got that notification bell on. And go ahead and drop a comment down there if you have any comments, any suggestions, anything like that. Let me know what you're thinking about the new patch notes that are coming out that were, let loose on the state of the game. And I was watching the live stream. Everybody was mad in the live stream comments. I hope they don't mess it up. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. And until next time, guys, I hope you take it easy. I will see you then. Later.